strong AoE mages.
Well, with that first pick, this one, they can force Fnatic to ban Kog'Maw or get Kog'Maw.
Yeah,
so yeah, they're forcing.
Talon.
The Talon's pretty good up top. They have seen a few good Talons here in the game. So will they force to ban the Kog'Maw, or are they going to give you up? They did. Very nice job by SK in manipulating that. So let's see what they did that for.
I expect Cassiopeia. That makes a lot of sense, and this actually looks like similar bans to last time, with the exception of that Karthus ad. So I feel like we're going to see potentially very similar lineups, unless the teams are running different comps. And actually, they're going to grab a Gangplank up instead of who they have last time. Who was their jungler last time? It wasn't Udi. Oh, it was Warwick. The SK had Warwick. So they're grabbing out the Gangplank, and actually Lammy apparently not happy with how that game is shaping up. Since you first picked Gangplank, hold up. Let me try this one again. I don't even have Gangplank. Let's be honest here. That's just silly. So I'm not quite sure where Lamia headed off to. Someone will give me an update. We can see over here at SK's point of view what they're thinking. Oh, he apparently got, he did quite apparently make it into Champion Select, so he's going to restart his client and get back in, so silly Lamia not making his way in. And then we will have the client come back up, he'll rejoin, and then we will go through those same 6 bans in probably even less time than last time. Oh, what happened? Oh, Cyanide just like...
Being adorable at the end of the table. Shushay, sporting his Gunners in his Steel Series.
Woo-woo.
And Siberia's.
Oh, yes. And let's see, we're going to wait for that last player for that Lamia Zealot to get in, and he is there. So, let's do this, as Jax would say.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm pulling out the champion quotes.
I guess so.
Jellyfish?
Nope.
Okay. That's fine. SK ready. Okay, I didn't have to... Oh, friggin' now Cyanide apparently just Q-dodging immediately. I'm confused as to why you're doing that.
Oh.
I'm getting trolled by Cyanide.
Yep.
What are you doing? And he's back in the game.
Oh.
WTF, mate. Alright, go now, :P, says Pekka. And alright, let's go for real. I think this is the 3rd time starting game 2, Sinus has misclick. I don't know how you misclick the quit button. It's giant and orange. But sure, okay. There we go. Yep, running those bans out. Gonna get those same 6 bans: Aurelia, Kog'Maw, Karthus. You can see him right here. Going on through, people not picking those champions. And Candy Panda now dodging as well, and Champion's like, what is going on with these guys? Having a bit of trouble with their champion selections.
Wow, hopefully getting these guys, possibly get them all to restart their client at this... Oh,
apparently Purple Team had first pick in this one. Wow, interesting. Oh, no, he did pick it, but it didn't ban. Okay, so it was... Maybe he banned too quickly or something. Dylan, wait 5 seconds and ban. Let it load. It's not like they were going to pick Karthus anyway.
Alright, so Nif.
Alright, for real.
Yeah,
there it is.
Alright, nobody leaving.
Karthus banning out. Aurelia being banned out.
No more misclicks, gentlemen.
Pass it in. I forget what the rest of the bans were, actually. Nocturne.
Talon, Kog'Maw.
Yeah, there we go. All right, Nif, gonna first pick that Gangplank, I believe.
Bam.
There it is.
Locked it in.
And locked
in.
All
right, so that was not a troll joke. He does want that Gangplank. It is not going to be a support gank. He is just grabbing that for the jungler.
I mean, you could do support Gangplank.
Oh, of course you could.
I mean, it's doable. And you could also run a Cypher and run solo top Gangplank. Haven't got to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of options there. Let's see, Morgana. I like seeing the Morgana there. I think it's a very, very strong choice. But I'm surprised because they have Cassiopeia and Gragas still in, and those seemed, have to be grabbed early on. But maybe Morgana was the ban instead of Karthus from the last time around. Certainly was scary from before. So we'll see what the choices are now. Shushay just going to be on Morgana, and of course those are the 2 solos between Pekka and Shushay. So Shushay going to be wearing the Morgana this game, and Pekka grabbing a fast Lee Sin. Interesting to see Lee Sin because. I mean, it certainly worked very well for Cyanide last time, but it seems like SK already have picked their likely jungler.
Yes, indeed. Really, so far, kind of a shield composition team by Fnatic.
True? Yeah, they have shields all over the place.
SK going for the Janna. All right.
Again, okay.
It's going to be for Nif, so it looks like Nif, Ocelot may switch, and then another switch is going to occur. And what will that switch be? Snoopy to pick the jungler. He will most likely be picking for himself. This wait for a pick may be the one they're trying to counter as well, so there may be a good amount of switching. And no, he is going to pick probably Yorick for top lane, and that's going to be for Wicked.
Yorick Vayne is definitely a possibility. I don't think they're going to run a Zillion as well. I mean, they could. That'd be completely NA style of play. That John Vayne bottom, Yorick, and Zillion for the solos, jungle Gangplank. They could just kind of just straight rip one of Epic's lineups, but that could be the situation. York, I do like as a pick, certainly very, very strong, an exceptional laner, but I think Gragas can outlane that, and I think they're like, oh, should you pick Morgana? I think we're okay with York here. Maybe that's what they were thinking. I'm not quite sure. We'll see how that pans out, but it's time for the next two picks here. AD, solo, and support still to pick for Fnatic. AD and solo still to pick for SK. We'll see what happens here. I'm not quite sure.
There's a Melisande.
And there's that Sona.
So it's going to be either Vayne, Caitlyn, really, to come out in this one. I don't think we're going to
see Ezreal.
Oh, wow, Ezreal. Calling me a liar.
Very much so.
That'll be very nice for them.
I do like the Ezreal pick. He was Urgot last game. Still likes those skill shot cues. He's a fan of those types of champions. Should be pretty good for him. But we'll see what SK is going to go for. I really think Vayne is going to be a choice here. I think Candy Panda has a good Vayne. And it just makes a lot of sense to me. There is Cassiopeia. I'm not surprised that I'll see that for Ocelot.
I think, with the shields that they have, obviously being... There's a lot of... He's just kind of running around. I do like Annie as well. Could definitely run a Corki in this game if he wanted to.
Yeah, we haven't seen Corki all tournament. I don't know if he's a Corki expert. Ryze also a good choice. He's running through kind of all the mages here. They could really go Zillion. Honestly, I like it. I do think that's a strong choice here. Just the ever-reviving Vayne. It's going to be Tristana instead. But that's kind of the same concept where you just hyper damage output, long-range carry, just going to scale in the late game and dominate for my team. But if you try to kill me, I'm coming back 3 more times.
Yeah, that's really good. Both of the AD carries now have an escape ability. You have Arcane Shift on Lamia, and you have your Rocket Jump on Candy Panda, so there's a lot of chase to be had there.
Yep, it is going to be Cassiopeia. Okay, so a pretty similar lineup in a couple of fronts there. The Janna back in, I believe, from last time, although that was on... Oh, nice. I like the Anivia pick here.
Wow.
This is going to be awesome. It's one of the first few Anivias in this tournament. We've seen her a couple of other times, but the difficulty here, though, is that Anivia isn't a strong lane against either of these two. And it's kind of like Ashe, where, like, your lane's going to suck, but, I mean, as long as you kind of make it to late game, you're still this crazy, like, utility champion, so it doesn't really matter how much farm you have. But Shushe has been practicing a bit of Anivia. Pekka going to be on Morgana. Was playing a very good Morgana from before. I like that a lot. We see the Janna now going to be selected as Tempest Janna. You can see that is going to be a Nif right there, choosing his support. And let's see. I like SK's lineup more. I really do. I think the Wicked making that clone of Candy Panda is a really, really big deal. They actually have teleport for their solo top. They can get down to dragons a lot better. Yeah, Fnatic did a great job of getting to them in the previous game, but the addition of teleport, I think, is really, really huge there. Jungle Gangplank, I think, is massively powerful. They first picked that for good reason. I'm a big fan of Gangplank in this. Cyanite's been a star player all game, and Lee Sin's certainly very, very powerful, but, I like SK's lineup a bit more. Certainly these teams are almost equally skilled, and I like SK more for this game.
Yeah, they are looking really good. They have one of those on-point teams where you can just choose what you want to do with the ulti coming out, with Nif being able to push people around. We saw how much that was utilized last game to really put Fnatic in the position that they wanted. Fnatic, however, stronger in the fights and their focus ability, and they have a lot of that this time. Shushe can just throw down his ultimate, and if you're standing in that when that crescendo happens, that Tormented Soil goes down, the ulti comes in from Morgana, and she just locks everybody up. That can be really stopped quickly by Ocelot and Nif. So it counters very well, I think. Both of these teams have a great amount of ability to stop the fight as well as continue it.
You're absolutely right. Lee Sin can jump in and get just pretty much pooped on. I mean, realistically, that's kind of the situation. And we've seen Gangplank do well every single game. There's a gank on any side of the map, and he's like, and Cannon Barrage. And it, sucks really bad. And with those giant slows, it's going to be hard to dodge Ocelot's Qs. Nif's going to land his abilities as well much more easily. They're all skill shots there.
Yep.
Wicked has perma slow with his Pestilence schools. I mean, there's so much soft crowd control on this team. It's actually going to make it very difficult, for Fnatic to navigate in these battles. Sorry, my lunch is digesting now.
Creeping up on you.
Yeah, sorry about that. Hopefully they were quiet enough, but I do, however, like that Black Shield from Pekka, being able to block all those slows out, because the magic damage isn't massive here. Wicked's going to put out some. Candy Panda's not really going to put out too much. Also will definitely put out a lot, but if they can get enough magic resist, like if Cyanide finishes, Merc Treads, maybe gets a Force of Nature in there, it's not going to be a quickly broken Black Shield. And especially if Pekka gets farmed, that Black Shield's going to be pretty massive. It's really going to block out a lot of the damage there, and that's just going to be super, super useful.
Would this be going to be their top? Their top's going to be Peke. So would they? You think they would ever do the meta switch and put the AD top against the Morgana? She's a hard laner, but that would be easily to stop her if she can only just throw out one Dark Binding and a Tormented Soil.
I don't think so, because last time we saw Morgana get forced away at solo top, she still was able to farm with W. She's still able to do okay.
That's true.
The lane will automatically push because she's not last hitting at all. And then once you're at level 5, you're like, well, I can auto farm the ranged minions, and at that point, that's not a bad lane switch. I can soak up XP and I can black shield the ganks. I'm probably going to be okay.
Exactly what you see a lot of Morganas do is throw the Tormented Soil a little bit on the melees, but mostly on those back 3 minions. Let those melees take the damage and take them down. They're a little bit easier to last hit, so they don't take as much damage. So you want to focus on farming like that. Looks like Morgana's going straight down to start this off. That might just be for the jungle invasion, since everybody is doing the same thing. You see Yorick, Ocelot, Candy Panda all moving out mid as well. Actually, Melisande heading straight to lane. Nif heading straight to lane. Oh, cuts into the jungle. I'm just confused, I guess.
Fair enough. You see Ocelot.
Oh, they're going for the tri-bush.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Fnatic going to play very aggressively, but Janna heading down there. Will she ward or just hold it?
Spidey senses.
Maybe. She might get caught, though. If they, CV and go for the Dark Binding, they won't check this brush without CVing it. I don't think so, unless the rest of the team shows up. I think is all of them can Q and root somewhere. Every single one of them can Q that brush, and then Janna will not What
does Nivea have?
I'm just watching from her point of view. I'm just gonna watch this.
What? Just missed.
That would have been first blood for sure.
No way.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
He threw out that Q. Flash Frost came out of Shuche's ability before that CV went down. They were anticipating that fight, and that Dark Binding was just millimeters away from grabbing Nif.
And then, of course, now they're revealed. They ping the brushes. They kind of know where SK are hiding. The thing is, Gangplank and York going to steal something. That ping out from SK. That
was a great Dark Binding as well, right there into the bush. It went straight through the walls, so nobody saw that they tried to use another Dark Binding there.
Yeah, they saw Nif. Fnatic, I think they know where they are. Yeah, we see constant pings from blue team.
Oh, man.
They're going to take the golem. That's cool. But
Candy Panda's like, can I walk past this to my lane yet?
All right. Yeah, he's going to be fine here. They're going to take, 3 golems are nice, but by the way, top lane, they're going to go for the red steal as well. I like this from Fnatic. This is good trickery here.
Oh, no, it looks like Gangplank and Yorick having their way with it as well.
They're going to get really low from doing this. Fnatic, I think, are just nice and healthy. And you're going to see, Wicked will take all the damage, then just kind of recall and teleport and be fine with it. Cyanide is wearing the red buff. They've killed off that Wraith camp. Of course, they are trading on both sides, so, honestly, there's missing out on XP for what ultimately is an equal trade. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, great job there. Nif, however, having to use a ward a little bit early, so they know the ward is in that bush. They did just back off from what would have been a 3-person gank at level 1.
I did take teleport.
The bottom, yep.
All right,
oh, wow, going up top. Snoopy coming out strong. Great Dark Binding. A little no-look throw there by PK. And he's able to get a lot alive on that one.
Yeah, but he's now very hurt. He has the Doran's Wing, bought a potion in the middle of that, which is smart. He'll need that. Actually bought 2. He's using 1. Has a second available. Will try to harass Wicked, but he's got potions and he's got ghouls, so good luck making anything happen there. Sona Ezreal versus Janna Tristana is going to be an interesting lane. Tristana will scale well in the late game. Candy Panda, an excellent player, of course. Got harassed pretty good, and the shields aren't coming out in time, so Panda will keep taking that damage and not get anything back. Actually, this could work out quite well for Fnatic. Wicked taking a little bit of damage here, still not going for those potions. That guy just trying to last hit. Wicked, of course, getting his health back. Maybe he's going to have a difficult time against this Cassiopeia, but so far okay. 8 to 10 on minions. Cassiopeia is the advantage here.
Such a great poke job down bottom, just making Nif chug those potions. Candy Panda went for the Doran's Blade, which is kind of different when you don't have that constant sustain support in lane. Nif can really only throw out those shields, so you can see the damage right there is going to stick on Candy Panda, and they're continuing to do that. Looks like we have a gank up top. Lee Sin coming in. Will they be able to grab Wicked? He is out of mana. Goes for the Tempest, and he flashes out before the Dark Binding can hit. A very nice job there. So the flash is expended top. Considered a successful gank. And you know what? He pinged right in the bush, and they're going to stay right there.
Yep, excellent choices there. If I were Fnatic to play this one back 30 seconds, I would have Cyanide land, go for the Q to make him flash early, and then Dark Binding outside of turret range.
Yeah, makes sense.
Theoretically possible. Not really likely to necessarily hit those, but in a perfect world, that's what I would do. Hindsight being 20/20 and all. SCP on Nivea is still a difficult lane for Shuche, but he's pushing the lane. I think it's a smart choice here when you know that lane's going to be difficult for you. If it's going to suck, just push anyway, and then you can kind of stay towards the back. Unfortunately, though, the lane is so pushed that he's now